What up, y'all? I'm here to I want to talk about the Philly shoot. Yo, I want to know what y'all think about that Philly shoot. That's what I'm here to talk about, and I want to go live with a few people. We're gonna do real people, real conversations. I ain't did it in a while. What's up, my little brother Ian? What's up? You called me in the other day. I answered you. I had bad service, and I guess then I went to film. So get back with me. But I'm gonna be thank you, yo, Sharifa. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that. I want to talk about that today because I'm gonna tell you the thing that gets a little irritating for me. I'm gonna keep it 100. This idea that there's no alternative to deadly force. I don't understand that thought. Let me explain something to you guys, right? And I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. Many of you heard the story about when the dude broke into my house. When that guy broke into my house, once we had a fight at first, yes. But once I subdued him and I won the fight, or whatever you want to call that, I could have killed him. I didn't. So this idea that, you have to use deadly force in every situation, to be frank, is bullshit. You do not have to use deadly force in every situation. You could maim somebody. If you don't have tasers, you could wing them. He could have caught 10 shots in the leg without the biggest arteries. There's a lot of ways to do that. And then put a tourniquet on them. There's a lot of different ways to try to avoid just taking somebody's life. And if you're that scared to be in the hood, if you're that scared to be around black people, or if you're that scared to be around dudes in the hood, then maybe that's not the job for you. Maybe you're not cut out for that because you're nervous around, black dudes with gold teeth or with muscles, or maybe they talk a little wild, or they sound street, or, they dress a certain way, or that maybe their mannerisms are aggressive. Maybe you shouldn't be around that. That's not the job for you. And we already know if you're racist, it's definitely not the job for you. Yeah, everything. See, J Dreams, you say it's justified, right? Of course it's justified. Of course. But justified and necessary are not the same thing. Homie. Justified and necessary are not the same thing. That's what I'm saying. See, nurse practitioner, realtor, you said they see an opportunity and take it, no empathy. That's my point. The point is it's not always whether you could get away with it or whether it's justifiable. That's not always the question. Sometimes the question is it absolutely necessary? Was it possible to inflict enough damage on him that he stops but doesn't die? This idea, yo, we gotta really get this thing together. You know, this idea, like, there's a difference between justifiable and necessary. You know what I'm saying? You know, oh man, I don't want to draw a false equivalence, but there's so many things that you could justify that ain't necessary. I could justify going in there and drinking a whole goddamn bottle of gin right now. I could justify drinking a whole bottle of scotch right now. But I'm not going to do that. It's not necessary. I know I don't want to draw false equivalence. Don't hit me on that with the false equivalence shit. I'm just pointing out that everything that everything that's done is not, everything that's justifiable isn't always necessary. Touch 50 said more training is necessary. So what I want to do is I want to get a, you know, yo, Scuba Reese said barbers are required to, you know, get more hours of training than a cop. Chef Sugarfoot, what up? And this is my thing too. And you know, because I got white fans, I got people of all, yo, I don't want you to feel, this ain't about demonizing white people. So get out of here with that shit. This is about certain cops that act a certain way. Be clear about where I'm coming from with this, with the spirit of what I'm saying. Kush Soul said it's subjective. It's definitely subjective, but see, that's the problem. Because it's so easy to just, the default setting is to just murder somebody. Mrs. New York said you can't train a racist. You're right. Somebody, JJ Meetab said it's never justifiable. I'm not hopeful. We hear story after story. Sharice, one cutie said, mental evaluation should be a requirement also. Real evaluations. Chef Sugarfoot said it's awful. Ann Love said, sad to say, but most cops are cowards. I don't think most cops are cowards. I just think that you have a few. It's like, there's another form of bias. Like everybody talks about implicit bias, and you hear a lot about implicit bias recently, but there's another form of bias. It's called availability bias. Availability bias is like, if you heard that two people in the neighborhood got bit by dogs, now all of a sudden you feel like the whole neighborhood got a problem with dogs biting people. Because that's what you heard. You know, and so availability, it's just an available story. It's in your mind. It's right there. So you assume that that's the truth in general. Availability bias is a problem too. So yeah, it's not all cops. That's availability bias. But it is, some of them are foul. And when you killing people just and justifying it, that shit ain't right, man. That's not right. That's not right and exact. And they had enough distance to shoot that. They could have used the same amount of shots on the leg without the major arteries in it and it got damn near the same effect. You know it and I know it. I'm not saying that they had no right to shoot that man, but they ain't had to murder, they ain't had to kill that boy. They didn't have to kill that boy. Look, these cops got families, and there's police officers that are my fans too. My man DJ Ace cut lieutenant. He's a lieutenant on the force. I gotta love him. My grandfather was a auxiliary officer. My uncle Cecil was a detective. All right, yo. There are other ways to do this, man. I'm not saying that the cops shouldn't be able to go home to their families, but damn, B, stop being so panicky. You got 50, 60 feet. Would you have did that to you if that was the dad that raised you? Would you have done that? If he was on a drunken rampage and had a knife in his hand, what would you have done if it was your father? Or your grandfather or your uncle? Or your little brother? Would you have done that? Or would you have figured out a different way? Or would you have dipped behind a few cars here and there until you got a shot where you could take him down the right way without taking his life? You know you would have figured that out. You know you would have figured out how to do that shit without killing that man. If it was somebody that you loved. But because you don't love him, then it don't matter. But if it was somebody in your family that you love, then it would be a different scenario. And that shit pisses me off because it's disrespectful and it's ridiculous and it's not necessary. And I don't want to hear this shit about LL hates police, because I don't. So you can cut that shit out. I don't hate police. When I see them, I got friends. It's not about that. It's about the ones that act that way and take people's lives because they know it's justifiable. And don't come to me talking about, a lot of these comments on my gram, I hear them, they talking about, this state and the blue state and the red state. Yo, man, that ain't got nothing to do with when that cop got his gun in his hand and that guy is standing there. It ain't politics at that point. It's about life and death decisions. So don't talk to me about blue states and red states in no moments. I don't want to hear that shit. This is absurd. And again, I want to be clear. I'm not demonizing nobody. It ain't about demonizing white people. It's not trying to demonize all of the police. But there are specific people that really got a problem, yo. And really need to be dealt with on some level. And it's not about a blanket statement. We got a country here. This country needs to be pulled together, not torn apart. America needs to be pulled together. When that shit in 911 happened, and we felt like the world, I was in New York at that time. When that happened, people were clear. America was one. So what are we going to do here? We're going to have 19 different countries. We're going to have 25 different countries. We're going to treat our country like it's like it's a sport and we all wear different jerseys and try to defeat each other. This is one country. What are we doing here? Are we really falling for the okie doke? Let me tell y'all a story. There's an old saying, right? When the bear and the wolf are fighting over a rabbit, the fox gets away with it. I'm going to say that again. When a bear and a wolf are fighting over a rabbit, the fox gets away with it. That's what's going on in America right now. When you got certain people, when you got people pitting poor white folks against poor black folks, you don't see that game? I got fans in West Virginia. I got fans in Chicago. My fans in West Virginia. When's the last time a black dude from Chicago came down to your neighborhood and bothered you? To my fans in West Virginia, when's the last time a Mexican came across the border in your neighborhood and bothered you? We got to stop fighting being against each other. It's bullshit. It's game. The goal should be to go after your dreams. Whether you in Chicago, you in the Appalachians, wherever you at. You should be going after your dreams. Not blaming somebody else 1,000 miles away for what you're not doing in your life. Racism ain't nothing but an excuse. Racism is just an excuse. It's a default position so you ain't got to face the reality of your own goddamn life. And what I'm not going to let these people do is I'm not going to let you turn me into one of those black guys that goes around hating white people and hating this person. And I'm not like that. I'm not built like that. I was never built like that. And I'm not moving like that. And you're not going to turn me into that. But at the same time, I'm going to own who I am. I'm a black man and I love my people. And I don't want to see my people get shitted on for no reason. It's absurd. And it's unnecessary. We should not have to die for a mistake in the street. We should not have to die every single time. Bad behavior should not have a death sentence all the time. I did not say that the man was in the right, but bad behavior shouldn't earn you a death sentence all the time. So look, I'm going to say this to you, America. 1, have faith in yourself. 2, have faith in God. 3, pick up a goddamn book. Stop fantasizing about somebody else's fantasy. We sit around fantasizing about other people's fantasies and don't even deal with our own reality. Let's stop with this judgment of people. If you're successful, you're a devil. If you ain't got no money, you're a savage. If you're black, you're inferior. If you're white, you're a race. I mean, goddamn, what is up? What's going on? What is the issue? Voices of Healing said, my dad was a cop, my brother's a cop. Look, we all got cops in our family. A lot of people have cops in their family. This ain't about hating no cops. I mean, this shit is crazy to me, yo. Damn. If you go left, everybody mad. If you go right, everybody mad. If you go forward, everybody mad. If you go backwards, everybody mad. If you go down, everybody mad. If you go up, everybody mad. God damn. Nobody can't do nothing. Everybody's mad. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Everybody's mad. Everybody's right. And everybody's wrong. This shit is crazy. It's the Democrats. It's the Republicans. It's the individual. What? Man, shut the fuck up. It's crazy to me, yo. What's wrong with some common decency and some empathy, man? I don't care if you Jewish, Spanish, black, Asian, Indian, Latino, Muslim, Sikh. I don't care what you are. Gay, straight, lesbian, homosexual. It doesn't matter. Do whatever. Do what you want. But yo, stop messing with people and taking people's lives and trying to paint people in the corners and make everybody feel like they're the devil. Everybody's wrong. It's too much. It's too much. Stop. That being said, look, I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love the great thing. I love the good things about this country. I don't like some of the attitudes that exist within what's going on. I'm proud to be American. If the boots hit the ground tomorrow and they invaded America, I'll be one of the first ones ready to pick up a gun. I'm here to defend it. I love what we doing. But yo, there's got to be some justice. There's got to be some justice. There's going to have to be some justice. Not just this consistent manipulation, this mental manipulation. Like I told you before, when a bear and a wolf argue over a rabbit, the fox gets away with it. Grow up. Let's get right spiritually. Let's get right mentally. Let's exercise. Let's get physically right. Let's see something bigger than ourselves. Let's believe in something bigger than ourselves. Wake up in the morning with a purpose. Set a goal and go after it. Be happy for other people when they succeed. Stop being so goddamn envious of everybody. Stop being so envious of everybody and go after your dreams. What am I supposed to do? Why? Because Mark Zuckerberg got more money than me, or somebody, Michael Jackson was a bigger artist than me. What, I'm supposed to not be happy? I'm supposed to hate them? It's like the parable of the talents in the Bible. One man had one had two, one had four, right? Or five. It is what it is. Use what you have, make the best of your life. Stop hating. Stop being scared. Stop living in fear. Stop giving up. When you point a finger at somebody, there's at least three fingers pointing back at you. Maybe four. Wisdom. Seek wisdom. I love you, America. God bless you.